Hi, it's Paula from Weaved In. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet a large pumpkin. Okay, I will share the written instructions after this live. Okay, so here's what you need. You'll need 1 ball of 100 grams chunky yarn. I'm using Stylecraft special chunky, and it's 100 grams, and the color is spice. Okay, so this is what is left from the bowl, and this is what I've crocheted so far. Okay, so you need the yarn, 100 grams. You need a 5mm hook, a tapestry needle, a scissors, and a few stitch markers. Actually, for this project you only need 2, so I'm just gonna leave 2 here. So 2 stitch markers. Okay, so you need your yarn, 5mm hook, tapestry needle, a scissors, and 2 stitch markers. Okay, the tape measure is optional for this project, but it's always good to have one if you knit or crochet. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to use the leftover yarn to crochet the chain, rows 1 and 2. Okay, let's see where I am. Okay, so I'm using this yarn just to show you how to start the pumpkin. So you start with a chain of 34 plus 1. Okay, so let's put all this away. Okay, so you start with the slip knot, and then chain 34 plus 1, so that's a total of 35. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to make a total of 35 chains. So while I'm doing this, while I'm making the chain, can you tell us where you're watching from and what time of the day it is where you are? Where are you watching from and what time of the day it is where you are? What's the weather like? Okay, we're chaining 34. So I'll count 34 plus 1. Just guessing here. So we're going to count the chains. I got distracted there. So count the chains. So it's you want 34 stitches, 34 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Oh, so I got the right chains. Okay, so we've got our 35 chains. That's 34 plus 1. One of the chains is the turning chain. It's for turning. Okay, so after you've done your 34 chains, we're going to start row 1. So for row 1, we're going to turn the chain to the back so that we are facing the back of the chain, and crochet into these bumps here. That's where you're going to crochet. Okay, so this is the front of the chain and this is the back. Okay, so we're going to start with we're going to crochet 7 first. So we skip the first bump and then we go into the next one, the second one. We single crochet 1. So to single crochet, we go into that space, this bump here. We insert our hook and then pull a loop, then yarn over and then pull through 2. Okay, so that's 1. So we need we're going to crochet 6 more single crochets. So we're going to into the next bump. That's 1. Then into the next one, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so remember we crochet a total of 7 single crochets at the beginning of row 1. Hi everyone, hello. Sorry, I cannot see the comments, but I will definitely read the comments after the live, because if I start reading the comments, then I'll get sidetracked. So we've got the 7 single crochets. Then from here, we're going to use one of our stitch markers. We're going to place a stitch marker here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to place a stitch marker here. And from here, we're going to half double crochet 22 stitches. Okay, half double crochet, and this is how you work a half double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook into the next bump. Remember, we're working on this. We're working on the back of the chain. So half double crochet, we yarn over, we go into the next bump, insert your hook in there, pull a loop. Okay, now you've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's half double crochet. Okay, so we're going to make 22 half double crochets, and we're going to crochet in the bumps, okay, at the back of the chain. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, while I'm doing this, let's keep the conversation going. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? What time of the day is it? What's the weather like? I'm just curious. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're just going to work 2 rows. So it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a long video. But I'm just going to show you step by step so that you know what to do, because once you've mastered these two rows, that's it. That's all you need to crochet the pumpkin. So I'm just going to take my time and show you all the stitches step by step. Okay, so we are working into the back of the chain. We're working into these bumps. Now I've lost count of the stitches. I'll count them after when I'm near the end of the row. I'll just carry on and then I'll eyeball it before I get to the end and see. Then I'll have to count, or I can count the last few bumps to see, to make sure that I've got the chains or the stitches, the correct stitches at the end. Okay, I'll count after this one. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a good guess. So we've got 22 half double crochets. Now we're going to do 7 single crochets into the last 7 bumps. Okay, so we go into here, pull a loop, and then single crochet 1. Okay, after that you take your other stitch marker, you set it here. If you're a beginner, I would strongly advise you to use stitch markers so that you don't lose track of your stitches. But if you're not a beginner, you don't have to. But this is mainly for beginners. So that's 1. You've got 1 single crochet, and then you go into the next one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, my tummy is rumbling. I'm not hungry though. Okay, so that's 7 single crochets at the end of row 1. Okay, so you've got 7 single crochets at the beginning, and then 22 half double crochets in the middle, and then another 7 at the end. Okay, at the end of row 1, chain 1, and then turn your work. Okay, so we're now going to start row 2. Okay, so if you're enjoying the live, please press the like button and share the live with your family and friends. The more the merrier. Thank you. Okay, so we are at the end of row 1. We're starting row 2. So at the end of the row 1, we chain 1 and then we turn. Row 2. We're going to single crochet 7. Okay, so we're going to start our single crochets here. So this is our chain 1. We're going to start the single crochet here, and we're going to single crochet into the back of the stitch. So this is the back of the stitch. So we're going to start our single crochet from here, and we're going to do 7 single crochets. Okay, so go into that space, into the back loop, single crochet 1, and then we go into the next one, to the next back loop. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 where the stitch marker is. So that's 7. Okay, that's our 7 single crochets into the back loop. Okay, we take our stitch marker off, remove it, then we place it here on row 2. We place it behind the hook, place our stitch marker there. Then we are going to start on our half double crochets. We're going to crochet 22 half double crochets, and we're going to crochet them into the back loop as well. So yarn over, go into the back loop, set your hook, pull a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, that's our first half double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay. While I'm doing this, can you tell us if you're a crocheter? If you crochet, if you do, which level are you at? Are you a beginner? Are you at intermediate level or advanced level? And if you do, is this how you crochet? Because I used to crochet differently. I used to hold the yarn and the hook differently. I used to hold the hook like this, and the yarn I used to hold it like this. And then this is how I used to crochet before. How do you crochet? But I changed it to this. So this is called the pencil, and I've forgotten the name of this one, but that's how I crochet. It's quicker this way. So I don't have to worry about the stitches, counting the stitches now, because I have my stitch marker there. So I know that just before the stitch marker, that's 22 half double crochets. Okay, then when I get to where the marker is, I'm going to single crochet into that where the stitch marker is. I'm going to single crochet into the back of that stitch. So that's 1. Remove the stitch marker, insert it here at the back of the hook. That's to mark the beginning of the single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when you crochet the last one, the last single crochet, you do not crochet into the back of the single crochet. You insert your hook under both loops for the last stitch only. Okay, so you insert your hook like that, then you crochet your last single crochet, then chain 1, then turn. So those are your first 2 rows. So from here you repeat row 2 40 times. Okay, so I'm going to do row 3, and then after that I'll do 39 more rows, but I've got a piece that I'm working on already, so I'll skip to the end to show you how to finish the pumpkin. But I'm just going to do row 3 just to show you again how to proceed from row 2. Okay, so you chain 1, you skip this one, you skip the chain 1, you go into the next stitch. This is the next stitch here, but you are going to crochet into the back loop, which is the, okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, and then you remove your stitch marker, then you insert it here, the back of the crochet hook. Then you continue with your half double crochets. From here you're going to yarn over, you're going to do 22 half double crochets. So that's 2 3 4 5 6. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. Unfortunately I cannot see your comments now, but I will see them after the live, and I know I cannot respond in the chat, but I will maybe respond in the comment section. I don't know, I have to figure out how to respond to the chats live, but at the moment I'm just going to concentrate on teaching you how to do this, and then maybe in the next live I'll be able to respond live, but I will read all your comments after the live. And if you're in our group, our Facebook group, I will also answer your questions in the group. Okay, so this is how row 3 looks like. So we've just finished 22 half double crochets. We're now going to do 7 double crochets. So we're going to remove, so the 20, this is number 22 half double crochets. It's just before the stitch marker, so we're going to remove the stitch marker, and then we can leave the stitch marker there and do a single crochet, but we can remove it and then single crochet 1, and then insert the stitch marker just behind the hook. Insert your stitch marker there, and then continue with your single crochets. So 2 3 4 5 6 and then 7. Remember, the last stitch you do not crochet into the back, you crochet, you insert your hook here under both loops like that, you crochet into the stitch. So insert your hook here and then single crochet 1, so that's the last one, and then chain 1. So you continue doing the same until you finish all the 40 rows. Okay, so now we've got 3, so we're going to crochet 39 rows. Okay, so I've got the 39 rows here, because if I'm to crochet 39 rows live, it would take like maybe a few hours. So these are the 42 rows. So after the last row, you should have a total of 42 rows. Okay, and I still got my stitch markers there, and I don't need them now, so I can take them off. I can remove this because I'm done with the rows. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so after you've done your 42 rows, leave a long tail to sew the seam, to sew the side seam. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my tapestry needle to sew the side seam. Okay, so after the last row, I chained one. So we're going to, before threading the needle, we're going to take pull the loop and then secure it. So yeah, so after the last row, chain one and then pull pull it like that, and then just make sure that it's secure. Okay, and then we are going to sew the side seam. Okay, so this is a very large, not too large. I'll measure it after when I've finished. I'll measure so that you know how big this pumpkin is. And I used this yarn. This yarn is from it's Special Chunky Stylecraft Special Chunky, and it's from Stylecraft, and it's 100 grams, and this is what's left from the 100 grams. And what else? Oh, the color is Spice. That's the color, Spice. Okay, so we're doing this side seam. Okay, so this is how I sew the side seam. So you've got your yarn on this side. I'm going to insert the needle into the first stitch here on the other side. Okay, I'm going to insert my needle in here like that, and then into this space here. Okay, so the yarn, you leave a long tail enough to sew the side seam and then close the both sides of the pumpkin. So just leave a long tail. I've left approximately, I think, about 120 centimeters, but leave a tail that you can manage, because if it's too long, sometimes it will get all tangled up. Okay, so you go into the first stitch and then you go into this space here. Oh God, time is rumbling. Okay, and then you go into the next stitch. So that was the first one. You go into the next stitch here, and then you go into this space here, into the back, into this loop here. Okay, I'll show you again. Okay, so you go into the next one. We are going into the third stitch. Okay, so you've got both loops. You insert your needle here, and then under the stitch like that, and then here you go into this loop here, not under both, because if you go under both then it will not look it will not look the same. We're trying to make it look the same as this ridge here. So you go into both loops here, and then here you go into this loop here, back loop. Okay, then you go into the next one, next stitch, back loop, then next one, and the back loop, next one, and the back loop. Okay, so if you know another way of making it look the same as this, let me know, comment in the comment section. But this is how I do it, and it looks okay, so continue doing that until you finish joining the two sides together. I don't know if you can see properly, if it's clear. Am I still in shot? Yeah. Okay. So this is how the join looks like. You continue doing the same. Okay, I think no, I got it wrong. And I got it wrong live. Okay, so I'm going to undo this because I think I know a way to make it. I think I've got this wrong way around because I want this ridge to show. So I'm going to, I think I should sew into this loop here, into the back, instead of the top loop, you should go into the back loop there. So I'm going to undo this, and then I'll start again. Sorry, it's going to take longer now. I was hoping that would take a few minutes to show you this, but because this is going to be the right side, so I want it to look similar to here, so it's not looking the same. Okay. Let's keep the conversation going so that it doesn't seem too long. The video doesn't seem too long. Are you coming from Facebook? Because I put a reminder on Facebook to say that I was starting this live. Are you coming from Facebook, or did you get notification from YouTube? Comment below, let me know so that next time I'll know how to invite you to the session. Okay, so at least now you know that if someone is been crocheting for a long time, doesn't mean that we always get it right. Sometimes we do get it wrong, so this is a very good example of that. We don't always get it right, and sometimes you have to unravel a lot of times, you have to unravel like maybe 2-3 times until you get it right. But if you're following a pattern and you follow the instructions, then you will not make a lot of mistakes. But I don't have a pattern that I'm following. This is something I just saw a pumpkin like a pumpkin on Pinterest, and I just figured out how to do it, but I don't have a pattern yet. But after this live, I'm going to write the instructions down, and I'll share them in the comment section or on Facebook. Okay, so let's start again. So we are going to go into these two, into this stitch. It's the first stitch. We're going to go under the two loops, and then here we are going into this loop here. So not this one, but the inner, the loop inside, or the loop on the other, on the far end. Okay, so we are going to go into the next stitch here, and then we go into this loop here. Okay, you'll see what I mean. You'll see the difference. For those who were watching a few minutes ago, you'll see the difference. Because we're trying to achieve this loop here, so that it doesn't show so that the seam is kind of invisible when we finish. Okay. I'm sure you can see already what I mean. Okay. So on this side, you go under into the stitch, and then on this side, you go into the stitch here, like that. Yeah, I think we're getting, I think this is the correct way. Yeah, sure. Can you see? This is similar to that. So it won't show, it will not be that visible when we finish the sewing the two sides together. Okay, so I'm just going to do this to the end. Yeah, that's what we want, that's what we're after. So I don't have a pattern yet. I will just write the instructions for those who are interested. If you're interested, comment interested in the chats, and I'll see what I can do, because I don't know if you're all on Facebook or you are just on YouTube. Okay, so yeah. So look, it disappears. Okay, so we're going to continue doing that. I've also I saw something as well that I'll correct when writing the instructions. Yeah. Okay, we are getting there. Just a few more minutes, and then after finishing, when I finish joining the side, I will stuff the pumpkin, and then that will be the end of the session. Let me know if this was helpful. Instead of making, if you want to try this, instead of making a big pumpkin, you can start with a smaller pumpkin, just to see. Smaller ones are cute as well. But I don't know why I made a big one. I should have just done a smaller pumpkin for the live. But anyway, we are almost there. We are almost there. I think I have a bit. I think I have more stitches. I think I have more stitches. Hold on, sorry. Just need to log back in. I think I have more stitches on this side. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then on this side I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So continue doing the same until we get to the end. Then I'll show you how to close the top part or the bottom part and the top part. And I'll stuff the pumpkin. And, quite a few more stitches left. Okay, so this is the last stitch. Then you go into here. That's it. So that's the side seam done. Okay, let's see what the other side looks like. So this is this side and the other side. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that's the other side. Okay, so we're going to close one side. Okay, so we're going to close this side. We're going to weave in the yarn into these spaces here. So here, so we're going to go with the yarn every other row. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go into the first row and weave in, thread the yarn through those loops. Okay, so that's the first row. Second, so on top here you thread your yarn through there. So you go to this one here and then into the next one. So you're skipping every other row. So I'm going to here and there. Where did I start? Here. Okay, I'm just going to put a stitch marker there so that I'll know when I come to the end. Where are the stitch markers? Put one here. And I'll continue with threading the yarn through these loops here. I'm sure you can see these bars here. This one, then you go to the next one here, and then the next one, and next one until you get to where you started from. Go here, there, there. Sorry, I cannot see your comments. I wish I could, but I'm just trying to concentrate here. But I will read them. I will definitely read the comments after the live, and I'll do my best to respond to your, if there are questions, I'll do my best to respond. Okay, so we are almost at the end. And here, and the last one here, going to that one there. Okay, then insert your needle into this loop here. Yeah, now we can take this off. Then you tighten to close. You pull the yarn to close this. So you just pull as tight as you can and then secure it. Just make a knot there. And if you want, you can go around again. But if you're happy with that, you can just leave it as it is. Okay, so that's the top or bottom, doesn't matter. You can decide when you put the stalk, is it called stalk? Yeah, the stalk. You can decide which part is the top and which one is the bottom. So if you don't want, at this point, as you can see, it looks like a hat. Yeah, so you can actually crochet a hat using the same method. Yeah, but we are crocheting a pumpkin today, so I can do another video to show you how to crochet a hat, but that's how you do a hat. As you can see, it looks like a hat. Or if you want a pumpkin hat, this is another way of doing it. So you just get your stock and you put it there, or you can get a pom-pom, put it there, and that's it. Okay, so back to the pumpkin. So after sewing that, you stuff the pumpkin. So I'm using stuffing from an old pillow. So if you have an old pillow, you can use stuffing from there, or you can buy new stuffing online. But I'm using stuffing from an old pillow. So just stuff it. this is a big pumpkin, so you need a lot of stuffing. So okay, as you can see, this pumpkin is beginning to take shape now. Put some more. Okay, are you enjoying the live? If you are, please press the like button and share the live so that more people, it can reach more people. And if you've got any questions, please you can ask in the chat, but I will not be able to see the questions now. I'll see them after the live. Okay, so now we're going to just shape it into a nice round. I think I need more. I need more stuffing. This is a large pumpkin, as I said, so you need a lot of stuffing. I think I should have done a small one. I don't know. Anyway, we're almost done. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And from here, we're going to sew this top bit the same way we did the bottom. Sure you can see the pumpkin now. So we're going to sew the other side, just trying to shape it into a nice round. Okay, so we've got our yarn at the bottom here. Just thinking, should I cut it or just weave it in to the other side? I just weave it in to the other side. Okay, just go round. I think for this type of projects, you need, you know, those long needles. I don't have one. I think I have to get one because it's easier with the long needles. This is not long enough. So I'm just going to weave it in. Just make sure that it's not showing on the other side. You can cut it and then start on the other side, but I prefer to do it this way. You can cut the yarn and then join it here and then sew the top part, but I think this is better. I know it's waste of yarn, but you don't have a lot of joins. Okay, so if you weave the yarn, if you do this, don't pull it. Okay, make sure that it's loose so that it's not changing the shape of the pumpkin. And then here we're going to do the same as we did. I think it's getting darker now. I hope I'll be able to finish this before it's too dark. Okay, so we're just going to, can you still see? I hope you can all see. So we go into this top here and then go into here and then into this one here. Then use I think I should have started earlier. Then use your stitch marker to mark where you started. Just put it there. I think I've got maybe another 10 minutes before it's dark. There, going there, and there, and there, and in there. Remember, we are going into every other row, so we skip one row and then we insert our needle into the next row. Okay. I'm going to open the door, but it's going to be a bit noisy. I'm going to open the door so that you can see. Can you still see? It looks a bit dark here. Yeah. Open the door and see if it's not too noisy. Does that make a difference? Or is it the same? Okay, let me continue. I think it's too noisy. Okay, I will. Can you hear the noise from outside? Because I hear a lot of noise. Okay. Okay, so we are at the end of the round. We're going to insert our needle here. And then we're going to pull. We're going to pull the yarn. Can you hear the background noise? Is it too noisy or is it okay? Just type okay. If it's not okay, I can close the door again. Okay, I guess it's okay. Yes, I will share a free pattern in the comment section and on Facebook. Okay, so we finished sewing the top part and the bottom part. We are going to shape it into so that it looks more like a pumpkin. Okay. Just noise. Sorry, it sounded a bit noisy for me. I hope you can still see. Anyway, okay. So we're going to shape it into so that it looks more like a pumpkin. So this is where you need a long needle. So from here, just make sure that it's secure here. So I'm going to do a few knots. Another way of making a secure knot is by doing this. Insert your needle and then you wrap it around about 2-3 times, and then you pull the yarn, and then you have a nice knot there. Okay, so that's secure. So we're going to try to insert. Okay, we're going to insert the needle through the center and see if we can get it to the other center. Yeah, I have to buy a long needle. Okay, so we got the needle to the other side. So now we're going to pull. We're going to pull the yarn to make to start shaping the pumpkin. So pull the other side, and then we secure it on this side. Okay, then we continue doing the same until we get a nice pumpkin shape. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so we're shaping the pumpkin. So continue doing the same until you are happy with the shape of the pumpkin, and then you work on the stalk. Yeah, I have to buy a long needle. I don't crochet. I only started crocheting amigurumis now, so I didn't like amigurumis before, but I started doing them, crocheting them, but I still don't have a long needle because I used to crochet garments, wearables only, so that's why I don't have a long needle. Okay. Okay, so I think that should be enough. So it's up to you how many times you want to do this, but for this session I think this should be enough because like I said, it's getting dark, so soon I won't be able to, the video will not be clear. Okay, so that should be okay. What do you think? Does that look like a pumpkin? Okay, we're gonna cut the yarn. Just going to secure it and then cut, and then I've made a stalk already, so I'm going to show you how it looks like, and then I'll do another live to show you how to crochet the stalk, because I wasn't prepared for that today. Okay, so after securing the yarn, just cut it with a tail, and then maybe weave it in. Or sew it into the pumpkin like that. And just hide this. I've made the top bits already. Unfortunately, I don't have time to crochet this today, but like I said, I'm not prepared to do this one. I saw this, it looks more realistic, doesn't it? I saw this from another creator. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention her name, but I thought this is much better than just going around, done crocheting single crochets. So what do you think? Do you think this is more realistic? Anyway, I'm going to sew it onto the pumpkin, and then we'll finish off by sewing the button of the pumpkin. I'm going to put sort of like a button at the back there. Okay. So this, I don't have a written method of doing this, but you just do it as neatly as possible. You attach the stock as neatly as possible. Okay, I'm going to attach the yarn here first. And then we'll sew it onto the pumpkin. Do you think I should do another live on how to crochet a pumpkin? I think I should do another one because this one has taken longer than I thought. Because it's simple, really. It's there. You just need to know how to crochet the first 2 rows. Like you have to know how to do the chain stitch. So you chain 34 plus 1, and then you work your two rows. Then after that you just repeat of row 2 until you've crocheted 42 rows. If you're making a smaller pumpkin, I think you can have less rows, but I don't have any patterns at all. I don't have any pumpkin patterns. If you want me to do smaller ones, let me know in the chat and I'll see if I can make one, and then I'll share it with you. What do you think of this this stamp, this stock? Does it look realistic or no? The creator who shared this, she didn't it didn't look like this. I think she just did this part up to here, and so I have added a few rows so that it looks more like a pumpkin stalk. I'd love to write a pattern for this, but I think it's difficult. It would be difficult for me to write how to attach this to like what I'm doing. I think it's easier to show people how to do it than to write a pattern. Or maybe I should do a pattern with pictures to show how to sew this to the pumpkin. But then again, I'll need a very good camera. Okay, I think that's secure enough. So if you're going to do this, I would recommend you get a long needle, because that way it will be easy for you to sew the pumpkin, sew it up. As you can see, I was struggling earlier to get this short tapestry needle from top to the other end. So this is how you secure it. Actually, there's a way that people who crochet amiguros, there's a way that they secure the yarn. I think I should have done that, but anyway, I'll do that next time. I think it's easier. Okay, that should be okay. And then I'm going to cut the yarn now. Okay, so what do you think of this? Does it look okay? Anyway, I like it. I prefer this one than the other one. I shared shots of my other pumpkin, and it had a different stamp. It had a different stalk. So I prefer this one. Okay, let's do the bottom bit, and then that will be it. That will be our pumpkin will be done. Okay, so for the bottom bit, I've just crocheted two rounds of single crochet. I'll do another video soon to show you how to crochet the stalk and this bottom button. I call this button. So the bottom button. So we're going to sew this on. So make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any future uploads. Because if you subscribe, you'll be notified every time I post something, or every time I have a live, you'll be notified. So yeah, I'll be doing a live on how to crochet the stalk and the bottom button. I cannot promise when, but I'll do one soon. That's why it's important for you to subscribe so that you get notifications, because I'll send I'll notify you a day or so before the live, so that you can watch me live crocheting these two bits, the two pieces. Okay, this one is a bit fiddly, as you can see. But the aim is to attach it as neatly as possible, and yeah, make sure that it's secure. Okay, so I think that should be okay. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so that's our pumpkin done. What do you think? Did you enjoy the tutorial? Did you enjoy the session? Did you learn anything? Would you do you want me to do another live of the pumpkin? If I do one, it will be smaller than this one, so that it doesn't take too long. And I hope that when I do another live, I'll have a longer needle, because this is too short. It's too short for this project. I also wanted to do you know that spiral thing that you see on a pumpkin, but this doesn't look right, but so I have to buy, you know, something to put there. I got the pattern from this octopus. This is where I got the pattern from, so I thought it would work. Maybe I should have used DK yarn. I got this pattern from Hobbycraft, so I thought this will work, but it didn't, because this is way too big and it doesn't look nice, so I'll have to figure something out. Okay, so the next lives, like I said, I will share on Facebook and here on YouTube. I'll share when I'm going to do the next tutorials. I'll do a tutorial of this bit and the button, and I'll also do a tutorial on the pumpkin leaves. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Oh, this was so long. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but anyway, that's all I have for you today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions regarding this session, you can contact me at Weaved In on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Pinterest, TikTok, yeah, at Weaved In. And my name is Paula. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.